actually come on, because then they're like, oh, what the fuck's going on? It's so interesting. So we gotta start talking about it now.
What a good joke, Danny.
Yes.
Danny, that part was so funny, Danny. Wow. I never thought about it this way.
It's a lot of really interesting things I'm saying.
I can't just signal me when to say it.
Right now. Oh shit. There's a like and no people watching. I don't know how that even, I don't understand the mechanics of that. One person watching.
Danny,
say what's up, guys.
Danny, I have to tell you, I've never thought about it this way. You completely changed my perspective on it.
Oh shit. Wait, what? I'm it? Yes, Solo Trader. You are it. You're it. Well, not anymore. Now there's 5. But you were it. You were number 1. You have a crown and it says number 1. Somebody says them. What's up, guys? We're on our way to Dunedin?
Dunedin.
We can say Dunedin. 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 Everybody says it different. Crown. Yeah, we just played a show in Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, we're going to, it's by Clearwater, Florida, and then we have to like sleep for a few hours, and then we're gonna go on the boat. We're gonna go to Cruise to the Edge to play with all Prague guys. But yeah, it's the Prague cruise. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Prague is fun. Like, not to listen to, but to be on their cruises. But I am excited about seeing one show.
Which one?
Symphony fucking X. Because last time we were on the cruise with them, we had shows exactly the same time every time they played, and I missed all of their sets. And I would like to see Michael Romeo shred the guitar. Haven't heard of Dunedin. It's right by Clearwater. They have a really cool venue there. St. Petersburg. Have you heard of that, Andrew?
It's in Russia.
Yeah, it's in Russia.
But this is news.
Yeah. But yeah. What was I thinking of? Man. Anyways. Yes. So yeah, what's going on with you guys? Are you guys working on music? Do you guys play? Are you all guitarists? Are there any saxophone players in the house?
No way.
Oh. What was your definition? What was your definition between prog and fusion? Is Marbin a hybrid of the two? Prog is the most complicated music that non-musicians can come up with.
Yeah, that was my definition.
Yeah, so that's the, if you look it up, if you ask ChatGPT what prog is, it's the most complicated music that somebody off the street could just write. I don't play, just listen a lot. Yeah. What kind of music do you listen to? Because as you said, listening to prog stuff. Today, what did we listen to that was good?
We listened to Marbin.
Yeah, we listened to. I saw an Yngwie Malmsteen clinic when I was at Berkeley. He came and like there's maybe 20 of us there. Like people just didn't, like I couldn't understand. To me, as like a 19-year-old, it was like sitting down with Hendrix or something. It was so disorienting to see him also in the audience. And you know, when you have somebody, like there's always a student asking these stupid questions, like just dumb, like questions that like they don't want to know the answer to, but like just to make conversation or something, or like they think it's an adult kind of question, like a mature question. They're like, what do you listen to? Yeah, it's like, you know, like but like, you know, it's like in a clinic, like, you know, you're supposed to ask him about like his playing, his tone, whatever. So it's like, what music do you listen to in the car? And Yngwie just turned to him and he was just like, I only listen to my own music. If I didn't want to listen to my music, why would I make it? He was just like so sincere about it. It was awesome. It was just like, I really felt like running up and giving him a high five. I could just imagine him like in his Ferrari, just like, I am a Viking. I'm going, just like in repeat. So precious. I love it. Yeah. Let's see. Any tips for playing jazz coming from rock? You know, you have to build this skill that's just not a part of rock playing, which is you have to be connected to forms in a way that's completely automatic. And the way that rock musicians improvise, even on songs, it's like they're not tracking the changes kind of like in time with them. They more track the key or like listen to the band to see where they are. And you have to have this invisible scaffolding, like just moving in motion throughout the song, so you can play blues from that perspective, and I think that's really helpful to do. But it's just keeping the forms, you know. You have to like make yourself, until it becomes second nature, be overly mindful of tracking where you are with the music as it's moving, like this awareness of the chord changes. And I think till that's together, everything else you do doesn't get attached properly. That's just like the skill that houses all the other skills. So, you know, like if you take a standard, you like as in time as it's moving in the groove from chord to chord, you got to really know where you are and know it in a way that you can affect it. So I think playing like bass notes with the changes is a great first step. Then full chords, then be able to move things with the changes. Could be arpeggiating, it could be playing modes through the chords, could be voice leading through changes, could be trying to sing a melody that moves through it, but with this awareness of where the landmarks are, you know, as the form moves in a circle. Playing jazz is a very strange activity. I think, like, metaphorically, you have to think about it like sitting like in a factory with a moving strip around you that has a canvas that's like dividing the paper into smaller papers, and it's moving around you in this perfect loop in time, and you're somehow supposed to, without moving, paint a coherent picture on these moving canvases that all at the end supposed to like tell one story. So if you don't have that kind of awareness, it's one of those things that you just have to build it very humbly from the beginning, you know, like just if it's through like Beatles songs and soloing over them, but like in a way that allows you to track the changes.
I have a tip.
Danny has a tip.
Listen to jazz. It's amazing how many people come from classical music and rock to jazz, and we refuse to listen to jazz. Why do you want to play it if you don't listen to it?
Maybe he listens to it. Yeah, but listen to jazz, obviously, that's key. Yngwie is a character, caught him twice pulling over, what? Yngwie is a character, caught him twice, pulled over, also in a coffee shop refusing a latte because skim milk wasn't available. Are you a police officer? That's awesome. Marbin, the genre-defining groups are Yes King Crimson, Genesis, CLP. Thus, you seem to prefer Fusion, Weather Report, Brand X, Mahavishnu, Tribal Tech, Steps Ahead. Yes, but I'd put Brand X in Prague, not in Fusion. And I don't prefer Mahavishnu or Steps Ahead. Not my jam. Yeah, so we're going to the Yes Cruise now, and the dudes from King Crimson are going to be there.
To play Steps Ahead for Danny, and he refused.
Steve Hackett's going to be playing, and who else? And
Randy McStein.
Randy McStein, Marco obviously is going to be there.
Does he have Scottish, half Jew?
McStein? Could be. Tony Levin's going to be there. It's going to be a lot of those guys.
Tony Levin is going to be there?
Yeah, Stickman's coming.
Fuck, is Ronaldo coming?
Let's see. I just stuck a thumb up my butt, like the whole entire thumb.
What does it smell like?
What does it smell like? Yeah. Was it fun? Did you do it for the sport, or are you looking for something? It's like that's the kind of stuff that YouTube automatically censors, and I have to go and uncensor it so the people can know. You know, and stuff. Anyways, yeah. So prog and fusion. It's not. I don't want to give you guys the wrong impression that I like fusion and hate prog. I also hate fusion. Most of it is just unlistenable. We were trying to listen to Steps Ahead. It was just unlistenable, mainly because the vibraphone is just a terrible fucking instrument. It makes everything sound like on hold music the moment you put it on, and like the people that play it too, it's very funny because a lot of them are like really modern, like they really want to shred. It's like they have the urge to shred, but they chose like this thing that makes everything sound like airy, like Barbie music, 50s lounge on hold, floaty, reverby thing. I just like I can't even look into their phrasing because the color of what they're doing is so crazy. It's just like it just doesn't belong there. You know what I mean?
Doesn't belong anywhere.
Huh?
Doesn't belong anywhere.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. It's like, did they just show up with it to a jam session?
I know. I think
it's like, did they just wheel this thing? It's like, hey guys, I'm here too. I'm coming. Keep the door open, please. It's like, dude, like you're taking up like 3 seats. What are you doing?
What you should have is you should have.
Like, oh, I just brought my table.
Can you do it like a guitar when it's just hanging on you and you?
A deconstructed one. You just put a different key in different places. It's crazy. You mentioned fusion a lot, thus.
Because we play fusion.
Who are your personal favorite fusion band?
Marbin.
Marbin, yeah, I like what we do. I think we're great.
We did different things though.
Yeah, and you know we've really evolved. Yeah. Other than Marbin, it's tough. There hasn't been a lot of great stuff in this genre. Let's see. Danny, what's your favorite reason for switching over to thin picks? The way they sound. Honestly, like I'll tell you how it happened. I was working on playing archtop, and I was using like my electric guitar technique, like the stuff that I'm doing for fusions. Just you can't get a good sound doing any of that. So I knew that wasn't the way, and I used to dig in a lot more, like you play in gypsy jazz. But the thick picks with the thick flat mount strings on an archtop, it's just a terrible combination. It's like you get this clicking, thuddy sound with the beveled picks. So I switched over to the picks that I was using on electric, and those are 1.5, like hard, like the Gator Grip ones. And I noticed that like when I was playing up-tempo stuff, like for ballads they were fine, but when I was playing fast, there was a sort of dark attack that like it elongated the attack of the note. And then I started listening to Joe Pass and George Benson, and I noticed that their notes are very short when they're playing lines and very bright. And I was like, well, how do I get that sound? And I was just trying with the pick, and then I just switched. One day I was just like, maybe a thinner pick would sound right. And I was just like, I had this moment I was just like, oh shit, that's what I've been hearing all this time. So it's like it was a thinner pick grabbed upside down. I never even considered doing that, and I was getting more and more used to like, you know, using that thing on archtop, which is most of what I play when I'm home. And none of what I play like professionally when I'm on tour. And then at a show I started trying, I just was like, let's just try doing one show like this for fusion. And I just realized a lot of things about my touch that I've been missing, like, you know, especially like the SRV kind of thing. you just can't get it with it. You overwhelm the strings when you hit it hard. So I'd say over the last 7-8 months, it's kind of like I made a sharp transition going to play it with arch top, and then a slow transition switching with like my Strat playing. But now I don't like. I would never go back. There's no advantage to it once you get used. It's harder. I mean, I play with the pick flipped upside down. It's a little bit harder technically. A thick pick obviously moves less, so it's easier to handle it. But like you get so much dynamic range, so I'm never going back. Yo, other Danny, do you like Jan Garbarek? And also, who are your top 3 soprano saxophone players?
Yeah, I do like Jan Garbarek a lot. I like Montano too. Best soprano saxophone players? I don't even know. Soprano saxophone is just so bad. Like,
can I answer for him?
Yeah.
Okay. He likes Sidney Bechet, he likes Jan Garbarek, and he likes Branford Marsalis with Sting.
That's good enough. But yeah, I definitely don't like Coltrane.
That's all you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Reminds me of early Bon Jovi.
Me? Yeah.
Yes. Are we talking about 73 millimeter? That sounds about right. It's the Fender mediums. How do you hold the pick? So yeah, it's holding a pick is like a thing in itself, but it's a big topic. So, but because everybody seems to get it wrong. But yeah, like these like Fender mediums. So I hold it not like that. If you're playing funk, it's like when you're playing chords hard, you want to grab the pick very, very far back and leave a lot of space here for this thing to flap through the strings. But if you're playing lines or playing like blues, playing like Stevie Ray Vaughan or Joe Pass, you grab it the other way. You grab it backwards, and that's my basic grip. And it's weird. It's unlike how you hold a drumstick. Like it's not on this knuckle. Like I hold it right there. Like to me, I just balance it on this finger, and then the motion is pretty much rotation of the arm bone with a loose wrist, kind of like gypsy jazz. And you can tighten the pattern by how much inflection you have in your wrist. So the part that's moving is the forearm, but if it's very slight inflection, it's more like Yngwie, and the more dramatic inflection, it's like Django. So the forearm is the motor, and it puts the wrist in motion, and how much you let go of the wrist, it depends how much weight is in the hand. So you get to swing a bigger weight, kind of like a mace. Thanks for sharing pick philosophy. Agreed. It's tone. Yeah, it's like everything is tone. Like all you have at the end of the day is your sound. That's the thing you're delivering. So, if you're not making the greatest sounds you could be making, you're really missing the point. It's always better. And when you're younger, I think that's harder to grasp because you're trying to be like a swimmer that's like shaving his balls to swim a little bit faster. But like all these compromisers for the sake of like percentage points on speed, it's just nonsense. It's way better to teach yourself how to play in a way that's like sonically inspiring. You'll just have better ideas, especially if you're improvising. Let's see. Players that you transcribed that helped you with long flowing chromatic lines. I don't think anything like what would help you with long flowing lines is practicing simple scales like a Dorian mode and playing it in a subdivision in time over a groove and trying to get from point A's to point B's inside that scale, just connecting things chromatically. So you don't need to check out like long flowing lines that players made. You need to see how Coltrane gets from the root to the fifth, You know what I mean? Like what kind of enclosures, when people are playing on a chord, what kind of chromatic moves do they have? And like, you know, Charlie Parker, when he gets from like the seventh to the ninth of a major chord, you have the and like on the groove though, it's like, you know, like there's these points that he's connecting chromatically, but it's tied to a rhythm, it's tied to a type of phrasing. So you have to develop taste in how you're going to get from point A's to point B's in scales, and then see how you do it in time, and learn a lot of these little words and put them together intuitively. I mean, I think that's the real thing, but it's not something that you learn as like little. If the thing you're learning is over, I'd say, like 3 beats of music, then you shouldn't be using that thing. You should maybe there's a lesson to be learned about phrasing from it, about like, you know, whether it's call and response or how it's treating the space, or something about sound color. But when it comes to like the stuff that you're actually going to use in your lines, you want the units to be more word-like and less sentence-like. And the idea, like the way that we improvise well in a way that's not like Instagram shitty, boring ass guitar player, is not by reading speeches. It's by creating this vocabulary of little words that you can tie together seamlessly in what feels like an endless variety of ways. The same way that when you're speaking, you're relying on your intuition to draw out the vocabulary you're using intuitively, and you can just focus on your idea and let your consciousness phrase for you, right? Let's see. Danny, what is better, Avishai Cohen's group, the bassist, or Osric Tentacles? I don't know Osric Tentacles, so it's hard for me to answer that. If you just follow chord tones for every chord, then how does that present a coherent melody over the whole song? It doesn't necessarily. A melody can do one of 3 things. So if you think about All of Me, like ba do do da de ba da do do, when it goes like C G E, that's a C triad. C D C E G sharp E, that's an E triad. So that one arpeggiates, like you could put the 9 on like the first chord, but it arpeggiates a C and an E major triad. So that's a kind of melody that does something called outlining, right? So that outlining is when you use the arpeggio notes of the actual harmony. It doesn't have to be the arpeggio notes, the defining thing. Like if the chord is like a 7 flat 9, you're giving enough of the information to where another musician can hear it and quickly understand the underlying harmony just from hearing it. But if you give less information, then the melody you're playing can do something else. 3 things melody can do. So outlining is one, hinting is another, right? So if I'm going like just friends, lovers no more, just friends but not like before. It's like those notes, like B, C, B, E flat, A, G, A, D flat. It's like they, like, you know, those don't belong in any one major scale. Like I started in the key of G, but like what's an E flat doing there? And then get back to the key of G, what's a D flat doing there? So that's hinting that there are changes there, but it's not giving you it doesn't arpeggiate through the changes to where you could easily know what it is. I mean, if you have experience, you would, but you know, that melody in itself doesn't compact. And then you have melodies that obscure the harmony, like the thrill is gone away. If you didn't know the blues, you just heard that melody repeating, you wouldn't know that something is changing. It's not telling you anything through the notes. So when you're practicing, obviously the place to start through harmony is not playing like a blues scale over the whole thing that obscures it, because then you can't prove to yourself that you're tracking the changes. So you want to start with outlining, but then you want to go to hinting pretty quickly, and then you want to go to obscuring, and then you want to communicating the harmony in your solo, because great solos have all three. Have you heard of I love Hugh Janus. Hugh Janus, that's great. I love Hugh Janus. I like fusion grooves that are simple, like two chords, each one repeating a few bars, but the chord not diatonically related.
That's very specific type of music.
Yeah. Any plans on doing improvisations? Cover on Room 335. I really love that song. You know, there's a lot of other people who've done that, and I have fusion covers,
What?
like a Larry Carlton song.
No.
And do you like the Mo Better Blues? I do like that song. Yeah, we can, and our sets fly by so fast, and we always feel like we barely get to play our own music. Like there's so many songs we like playing that we don't get around to, because we just our shows, like 90 minutes just flies by, and that's a bummer. So the idea of doing a cover and just sacrifice like some other dude wrote years ago seems insane to me. Just, you know, like I like playing. The only like standards are social currency, in the sense that when you get together with musicians you don't know, you can do something together that's already kind of like put together out of the box, and it's great to know standards. But the idea of being in a band and presenting standards is so lazy and disgusting. It really is. It's like just take the time to write some music that you think would be to yourself and respect the audience, you know, and it's even beyond that. Just be excited. Like if you can't come up with music that's exciting to you to play, like, what are you doing? Why do it? It's so bizarre. Do you like Phil McCracken? Phil McCracken? It's so good. These guys are on fire. Oh my god. When Thelonious Monk went on tour, he often played a limited set list, seemingly to install his best song rather than all new stuff. Do you agree with this set approach? You should always be working things out, and you should play the stuff you're working out. If you're you know, there's like, what's exciting about jazz is seeing somebody wrestle with something, and, you know, getting to see the player meet the music where they are, and like doing the best job that they can in front of you. That's where all the drama is. So it's very unfathomable to the new generation of quantizing and tuning everything, because it's exactly the part that they you know, use the filters to, you know, to get rid of all their blemishes and fill their lips. You know, it's like you have to, it's like those part of yourself hopefully like evolving in real time. That's what you want to see when you see people play. Like you want somebody who's flawed to sort of figure out a way to like work around his flaws. You know? What are your thoughts about Matteo Mancuso and Antoine Boyer? Well, what are my thoughts? I like Anton Boyer better. Every time I see him play.
Finger on a dollar road.
Yeah.
Fingers are so.
Yeah.
Just fine.
Like, I don't know. It's like a classical player. You know, it's like very, very put together. And I appreciate the finesse. I guess they're both like that. me and Danny went to see Matteo Mancuso, and we were there really like to get our face shredded. Like we ate the gummies, we were drinking, we were having a great time. We were eating shishito peppers. We were really ready for a good time. Yeah, we were really, really ready for a great time, and it was a very, very disappointing show. Danny wanted to go home.
No, because that's funny that you shoot the peppers.
Yeah.
But I was the show was lame as fuck.
It was lame. It was like,
there is something about stuff that's technically impressive that even if I don't really like. Woo!
What was that?
But it was a fucking vampire. It was a bat from hell. Even if I don't like the music and there is something technical about it, I would be interested just to see if I can steal something or like see how somebody else would do it that actually is capable. But that was just boring as fuck. It was just not interesting. It was one lick after the other. It felt like I'm listening to a MIDI controller of his licks. Like he might as well have ChatGPT rearrange his licks and call it a solo. That's how it felt like. I really did not have a good time.
It was,
I
yeah.
also thought that the tone was bad, and the entire band. There is something even extra weird about a band that basically plugs direct.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like
drums in a stereo system.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you're listening to it.
It's bizarre. Yeah, sonically it's very bizarre in the room because they're digital, but the drums are acoustic, which doesn't blend.
The way we were on stage, so that's why I started playing with.
They're just not moving.
With a mic.
Yeah, it was lame. It was not fun.
I did come waiting. Like I did legitimately think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I thought so too. Cause on Instagram, it looks crazy. I mean, like Gavin Newsom says, I'm like you. I believe I believe dumb shit, just like you. I fall for it. So yeah, I fell for it too. And
but I thought, unlike other Instagram people, that it really seems like they can't really play that much, or like they can just do.
It was obvious to me that they're gonna be able to play. It's just like it was like the thing about it is that like you see it in front of you and something is boring, something is not, because it's just so and it's not even that, it's that like it's not coming from that place that you want improvisation to come from, so it makes it impossible to follow. Like if you just close your eyes and listen to Coltrane or Charlie Parker or whoever, it's very easy to follow them where they're going, but it wasn't possible to follow his solos because they were just things cut and paste together, things that don't relate to each other in any way that makes sense. But I don't know, maybe it's just I listen to music all the time, so it's just like I know I have this acting like the experience as a listener. It's very strange. Months ago I gave up using a pick because of Kuzo. It helped me back in making music. Maybe I'll be myself and use a pick. Yes, I think you should be yourself and use a pick. Let's see. Okay. I've been working on incorporating secondary dominants and sub-fives into my study routine. When I listen back, things sound correct, but in the moment, everything feels wrong. Have you ever encountered this?
Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah. I guess the question would be how you're incorporating them. Something that's really good is like improvising in a key and just using some secondary dominants to get to chords. So if you take like a 1-6-2-5, and you start leading into your 2 chord, leading into your 5 chord with those harmonies, or going to the one with the sub 5. When you're doing those kind of things in time, there's value in that. But the best thing, honestly, is to just play songs that have those things, right? Like Girl from Ipanema has sub 5 of 1, like that's a G flat going to F. Like you can, getting used to it, not as a reharmonization of something, but it's just where, like the starting point, like if you play Stars Fell in Alabama or Have You Met Miss Jones, it's like loaded with secondary dominance every time. It's kind of like moving in a key. So I'd say just getting to know those kind of harmonies. Huh? So when you're using the kind of harmonies and hear them against the melodies that they should be going with, they tend to make more sense rather than trying to cram them as substitutions. I think people really jump the gun on substitutions before they really learn how to hear and understand secondary dominance in popular songs. I mean, Beatles songs, whatever. Learn Rocky Raccoon and see how they're using like 5 of 4 or 5 of 2 or something like that, Who's better, Mancuso or Guthrie Govan? Guthrie Govan by a lot, I would say. We saw him at the Aristocrats, and it wasn't like the music just didn't have space for him to improvise, but it was clear that he can. Better by which metric? Don't like compression in the way. Don't like comparison in the way of better or worse. Some people are shit, but at their level, it's a question of taste, isn't it? Well, yeah. I mean, I when I say better describing these people, I mean better at improvising jazz music that's meant for a jazz audience that enjoys listening to music like a jazz audience does. So there's kind of, I think, if we all can agree that like Charlie Parker solos are great and Django solos are great, there's this thing that's making them great, and it's people's ability to take you on this trip by focusing their consciousness into the note and painting a story with it that you can follow from your seat. It's like showing somebody how you feel and think, and not turning that into a show and tell that defined by what works on Instagram, and creating arbitrary chains of those events. So like that's how I would describe better.
I'll tell you what's weird to me. It's I don't know if I'll take fighting for maybe as a metaphor instead of basketball, which I usually do. It's like it feels to me like if you see somebody do a great kick on Instagram and then a great punch and then really good movement and then some takedowns or judo throws, and then you decide who is the best fighter. But when it comes to fighting, they get their ass kicked. Like when I think about the top saxophonists right now, all three of them, their albums fucking suck ass. Like we were just trying to listen to a new album by one of those guys, and Danny, did you hate it?
I hated it so much.
And it's not just him, it's like all three of them. It's like every recording they did, like they have some content that's good, but every recording they did, every album they did fucking sucks. So it's like, how do you compare who's better? Like if the music is horrible.
Yeah, the music can't be horrible. It's tough on the music. It's horrible.
But then
so better by my metric is the answer.
But but Mancuso is a good example, because like how good Mancuso is, I don't know. It's like he might be great, but he didn't produce any great music, and I know that seeing him live was lame. It doesn't mean he can't play guitar. He obviously can play guitar. Maybe in a year or two his show's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Somebody's asking you, did you like John Zorn's projects or musicians in his circle?
Did I? No, but I know it because one of my best friends growing up loved this shit.
Yeah.
So
And also Danny Zamir's albums are badass.
yeah, not anymore. His first
Yeah.
two. No, his first three.
Yeah. I'm just curious, do you see your fretboard as a pile of notes or interval numbers? You know, it's weird, but like, you need to see it as all those things, but first and foremost, you need to know what sound is going to come out every place you put your hand. So, if you find yourself in a practice situation, not knowing the interval you're playing or the note name, then you might be fucking up your practice. But if you find yourself in a playing situation, thinking about a note name or an interval, you are for sure fucking up your playing. So, playing has to be done when the fretboard only exists in sound form. Like you gotta establish that connection between the sound it's going to make and where you're pressing, and just live in that space exclusively. And I think the more you advance with theory, the more you have to spend time playing your instrument to negate some of the obvious pitfalls that overthinking can lead to. I'm also curious about your thoughts about Brett Garsett. I liked Brett in the Mike Varney project. I thought that those recordings with Gumbali and like Sean Lane, thought he played really well. And Uncle Mo's Space Ranch has like one song and two songs that I remember liking. But yeah, overall, there was not. I mean, I always thought he was good, but I never like really heard music that I loved by him, other than those MVP recordings, which Frank Gumbali just totally stole the show on, because he actually played tasty stuff. Like they let them both shred, and he just killed them with taste. I still remember his solo on So What. Anyways, have you studied Charlie Christian's solo with Benny Goodman's group? I have, yes. You can't really go to jazz college and not have somebody make you transcribe it. If you can't agree on Charlie Parker and Django, do you actually like jazz music? I'm missing the name. Matteo Mancuso's show we didn't like. We went and it was really a bad show. Anton Boyer, I never saw him live, but from seeing him play, I know I'm going to like it better. Jean-Luc Ponty has some good fusion compositions, great play, and there's some very good Holdsworth. Yeah, Enigmatic Ocean is good. Yeah, I don't know. I like Jean-Luc Ponty's stuff when I was a kid. I remember really digging those albums. Violin and fusion is problematic. It's one of those instruments that they really haven't figured out how to, put a pickup on without having the tone become this thing that's cleaning your teeth.
Did I say it on the life? I didn't, right?
No.
But I had this realization today that other than guitar, for some reason, any instrument that you electrify, you make it gale and label.
It's true.
And violin is the same.
It's true.
Violin, keyboards, drums, saxophone, trumpet.
Now you mentioned Sean Lane, the legend. Yeah, I loved. I mean, Sean Lane's another example. Like, some of, like Powers of 10. I still to this day, I just cannot get through that album. I just don't like it. It's like weird. It's just weird music. But some of his bootleg, where he's like playing Chameleon, is like the scariest guitar playing ever. And it's weird. Like his thing is just there are a few players like that. There's this English dude that Nick is gonna take the lesson with. Roy something. I forget his last name.
Lesson with somebody?
Yeah, it's just like this guy who plays like absurdly fast, but it's like
Why does Nick want to take a lesson?
because he plays absurdly fast. Like I don't know how he's doing what he's doing at all. Like I see it and I'm just like that seems like sped up, but it's not. But yeah, like you get into these subdivisions like where they're so tiny, you know, like 15s and like whatever he was doing, like, you know, like 15 and like groups of 11, where it's just my mind gets melted by it just like yours does. I'm like Ever Newsom. I'm just like you. I'm an idiot. Just like, but you know, my mind gets melted by it too. But it reminds me of like some of the Messiaen modes, just like it's the rhythm version of that. It's just like that avant-garde shred shit. And when I sit there and listen to a groove, I would never have the idea to play that. I would have to give myself the verbal command, do that crazy thing. And I know that if I gave myself that command enough time, that will become intuition, but that's something that you need to resist if it's not a part of your aesthetic. For him, it was a part of his aesthetic, so I'm not judging. And I like where he got to, and I think it's great, and I think he became a legend because of it, so it's all good. But you have to know what you don't like to listen to, or what you're only pulled to for like the wrong reasons. Like it's like I never consider, those are never the parts that I'm like, yes, like that really balanced the solo. It's like you know, that thing, and that's not really, at least like for me, where the trip I'm taking people on, it's not where I want it to go. Like I listen to people like, I'd say like Scott Henderson, Jeff Beck at times, Django, Pat Metheny, Holdsworth. Like I like the destination of those trips a lot more, and I think that's yeah, Roy Marchbank, that's it. What's up, Shachar? What's your favorite guitar for gigging? I only play my Sur at gigs. Why was Matteo Mancuso's show a bad one? I was thinking of going to see him. You should go see him. It's interesting to see. I thought. Yeah, tell us what you think. Again, you know, it felt like just a bunch of licks. You know, it just didn't feel. I didn't get. It wasn't exciting. I saw Julian Lodge playing, one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. You know.
That's the opposite, because Danny didn't think it's going to.
Yeah, and I my wife made me go. She's like, this guy looks really cool. It's like, yeah, I went to school with him. I don't know, like, it's like he plays like long intros, and I was not a fan. And then I saw the trio show, mind blowing, because it's just honestly improvising, trying to play pretty. Just not trying. Again, it's like I always say the difference between a rock musician and a jazz musician. Rock musicians make things happen, which was what Matteo was doing, and jazz musicians let things happen, which was what Julian was doing. And it's a simple thing, but it's a personality. It's a decision. It's something that has to fit your personality. To just let whatever is ready to come out. Don't force it. Don't make it go to these places.
I think people also with videos nowadays, they have an illusion, like they understand what the show is like.
Yeah.
And I know people come to us all the time. They tell me like even today, we had a guy today told us he became a fan of ours, right? Which is so weird because he was paying to see the show. But you think you know what it's like to be at a show from watching footage on your phone, but you actually do not.
Yeah, you don't understand the human transference.
And it's like the thing that happens in the show is very different. It's also very different when it's happening in front of you in real life. You move in air. It's like there's a big difference. Like you see things differently. Your eyes focus on things differently. Everything about it is different.
Let's see. Since you mentioned new generation musicians, how about Mateo Sassado? Yeah, to me, like that's like that doesn't pretend to be an electric like. There's a lot of people playing classical music, just arrangements. That's like I appreciate it.
There is what is his name, but there is this guy that one of the grandmasters that everybody, like a lot of people, is their favorite grandmaster, and it's because he played crazy shit all the time. Right? He would sacrifice a ton of things and just like it was unpredictable. And nowadays you have all those statistical analysis of chess games, and it's boring as fuck. Nobody wants to see a computer plays. So it's kind of the same thing. It's like it's not very interesting to see somebody doing homework and preparing something, especially because for most of us people, they don't really get anywhere new. Like the way I always describe it to people is that to find a new lane in music is digging with a spoon, like digging a cave with a spoon, like what's the name of this movie? Shawshank Redemption. And then somebody can come to the tunnel you made and walk through it very quickly. And that's really it is true. Like it takes somebody that has some sort of genius to them. You know, it doesn't have to be like genius IQ, but some sort of genius to them to find new stuff on their instrument.
Sure, Derek Trucks, you see it, and then there's like.
But then immediately there are a million people that don't just play
there's
like
a lot
Drake
of
tracks. They play like Drake tracks plus Holsworth plus another guy, and they can do all the stuff he does, but faster.
Because after you hear it, it's obvious, but it's also not yours.
Yeah.
We are from Israel. Let's see.
Midwest now.
Yeah, Chicago now. People asking random questions.
Oh, this lady, I'm from Milwaukee. Pronounced Milwaukee.
What? All right.
I don't think you knew it.
Staying awake on the road. Yes. Any thoughts on Barry Harris's six diminished system? Lots of thoughts. Lots of thoughts. What about Greg Howe? So Greg Howe, I loved Greg Howe, the first one.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I loved Greg Howe. I loved introspection. I like the one with go. I love it. It's like those albums, I had them on cassette and I would listen to them in my Walkman on the way to school in middle school all the time. So I really... What?
307, 309, I don't know.
Oh, pretty good. Danny, can we get a baritone song? You cannot.
All you need to do is buy me a baritone. No, I'm playing on it.
How good is Robbie Barnaby? Is he around Jonathan Kreisberg level in your opinion? Not even...
Why do I know the name?
Because the guy that makes the crazy produced content. Not even in the same ranking system. No. Kreisberg is a real musician, and Robbie is a YouTuber. Very good at producing videos, though. You know, and I don't think Robbie would think that. The guitarist I love is Sylvian Luke. I do like Sylvian. I always thought he was tasteful.
Who?
French guy, he just died.
What's his name?
Sylvian Luke. Played like a Godin. Did a lot of stuff with Baretti. Yeah, French people have something. It's like their flamboyant nature is like they're very good at at music. Like they have this
Well,
this.
also French music is kind of pretty and it leads nicely too.
But like I think there's something cultural. It's like they can establish this connection.
No, but I'm saying it's also with French music.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And it's pretty and it also lends itself to jazz. I think it's not a surprise.
What up? Yeah, I don't think Robbie Barnaby would think that he's at the level of Jonathan Kreisberg. I don't think, I mean,
I think you underestimate how great people think that.
no, Jonathan's like, it's like one of the best at what he does. It's like, he has it together. But yeah, I mean, not to take anything away from anybody too. It's like, and I think people should just be honest about what did they bring, and I think like some people bring content. It's like that's the reason why, like Rick Beato, he's like the best blues dad. He's like the most knowledgeable blues dad that there is, but while still being one of them.
Yes. Yes.
And it's like that's why they love him. That's why because they know that he's one of them. He's just like he has almost enough knowledge and enough skill to transform into a musician, but he's like right at the door and he's so close, and they all love him for it. They all, like the millions of other blues dads, they just love him for not completing the transition, for being almost this thing that he pretends to be. And
well, he tried to.
He tried to be. He could just.
Nick. I think Nick.
Yeah, he tried to. He couldn't. But I'm saying it's like that's the secret to his success. And it's like it's always like this. And there's always like a little bit of tension and drama around this. Like it never, like, really got to like it's like a producer or a guitarist, but like a composer, and listen to the compositions, listen to the albums, listen to the guitar playing, and like what he really is the best at getting people to subscribe to him doing music stuff on YouTube. He's like he's like an international global phenomenon. We'll go down in history as the biggest. Like, even if I don't understand what it is, he has genius in this thing of creating an online following. You can't argue it. It's pragmatically what happened. But the fact that it's always like pretending to be rooted somewhere else, the greatness, is like this great dissonance that like is so interesting to watch from the outside. Because it's like pretending to be this great producer, pretending to be this great musician, pretending to be a great composer that knows all these things.
Nick was saying that he did try to push his band and his project and all of that stuff for a while. It just didn't.
Yeah, they tried to do like a reunion. So it's interesting.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm saying what Nick.
Danny, what is the best Jewish fusion song that draws on the tradition? Hava Nagila. Thinking about going to my first public jazz jam. Any recommendations to not end up like a meme? Like self-taught. Well,
yeah,
you have
start screaming.
Yeah, don't start screaming at people. That typically is a good idea. I mean, the truth about a jam session is that like if you do really poorly, they're just gonna vibe you. They're just gonna give you bad vibes. That's
Most
all.
jam sessions don't even do that. Where do you live that you're going to a jam session? Are you in New York? Are you going to small?
Most people are actually kind of nice. They'll appreciate the.
Like it really depends on where you're from, where you live.
Yeah, and if you're doing like just an okay job, again, sometimes people will just be nice. Most people will just lie to you and be nice no matter what.
I would say this for the jam session. You don't, if you take very short solos in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like you don't, once you feel good, you can take longer. Like if I go, like Danny does the same. Like I go sometimes to a jam session in Milwaukee, and I would take, 1 or 2 or 3 courses more than most people will. But it's also fine because the people who attend the gym know me and some of our musicians know me. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm not gonna take 1 course over blues, or even 2 courses over blues. I'm also not gonna take 10, in a situation like that. But yeah, if you limit yourself and you stay humble, you're gonna be fine.
It's true. And also just don't be too scared to eat shit. It's fine to fail and to do a bad job. That's if you're going there with
relax and try to have fun.
Yeah, maybe you'll meet some people. Meanwhile, I'm just like in my room playing arpeggios on a single string with a click on 2 and 4 at 50 BPM. Hey, that's a good use of time. Basili barbecue or pizza? Oh, Bisley barbecue or pizza. Bisley.
Shachal?
Yeah, it's shachal. We're keto, bro. We only eat chicharrones.
Chicharron.
Beato has a real producer background and was in an almost famous band, but his knowledge of theory is exceptional. Beato. No, I'm sorry. It is not.
What does it mean?
It is not.
What does it mean, knowledge of theory?
He has. I don't accept that his knowledge of theory is phenomenal. I have to call bullshit on that. I know that he has a real producer background, but I'm just saying, what has he produced? What's your favorite Rick Beato album that he produced? An almost famous band. The only reason you even know that is because he has a very famous channel when he said that he was in an almost famous band and had a nice story about it. But what's that even mean? Again, it's fine. He's doing great. I give him all the props.
People always want to get the props for what they don't have.
Yeah,
it's generally.
Yeah, I give him the props for what he actually is. Which is again a YouTube star, a YouTube god.
He's making all the money and he has all the fame and all the accolades, but he also wants what the. Honestly, okay, Rick Beato has what a lot of people that deal with creative people have, which is a huge jealousy of real talent. And I've seen it many times. I've seen it with booking agents, I've seen it with managers, that the way it's they go into it because they have the musicians, but then they start resenting the musicians. I also see it with some super fans of ours,
yeah,
but I can tell that it's gonna sour with some of them. Yeah. Some of them, I know will just love us and it's always great, but some of them it's you can tell they want it. They want what, when you talk to somebody, that they want what you have. There's no way for them. They're basically looking for you to. Yep. They would love you to come down if they will do.
Yep. And, which YouTuber do you think has better knowledge of theory?
Danny does.
Yeah, I'm gonna say me. But what's it mean to know theory if you you don't know anything you can't play in time? In what sense do you know it? I think that's a really important question to ask. And especially for somebody who's pretending to know jazz, it's not just knowing what chord functions are. It's knowing have them come to mind, recall the sounds in time. I think, but it's not. I don't know. Kreisberg knows theory way better. I don't know. It's a lot of people. Cecil Alexander, here, you just wrote him. He knows theory better. I don't know, people that can play harmony, that can just speak that language and use that language in their music. It's just, if you're comping, you're not just reaching for grips. You're connecting things and improvising and are able to control these materials that you're talking about. Make language out of it, not just. I think his understanding of theory might be enough to teach a college course where you're basically giving people homework from a textbook.
He also has, I would say for him, he has uh, the just right amount of understanding to listen to something and then make it interesting to people that are just have a foot in jazz, for example. Like if you ask Danny or me to react to a song, it's like it's not, if we like it or don't like it, we understand it too much to explain in a way that's exciting and interesting to somebody just listening from the outside. It's not the right perspective to actually.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have a lot of entertainment value.
Like that you're gonna explain. Okay, he's doing this grouping and this subdivision. It's like it's not. Nobody wants to hear.
Who is your favorite YouTube reviewer? Sean Tubbs, Pete Torn, Michael Nielsen, RJ Ronquillo, none of the above. Oh, I don't really watch those. I'm sorry. What do you think about Cecil Alexander? He's very good. Yeah, he's a good bebopper. Thank you for the advice on the jam. I'll just go back there and feel the vibes. Yeah. You're asking the best teacher who's the best. Oh, thank you. I have great news. Each time you answer my question, technology fails regardless. Your breath of wisdom is highly appreciated. Oh. Thank you. Is there a follow-up to Stella by Starlight, like Stella eating shit on a scooter? No, I think it's just a one-parter. Yeah. What do you think of Goodbye Pork Pie Hat by Mingus? It's a great song. Great song. I forgot to mention Daryl Gable. I saw him doing a lot of Alan stuff. Yeah. Rob over here on the feed used to study with him. Yeah, he does those transcriptions. I don't know how anybody has the patience to learn that shit note per note. It's crazy. It would take so long. And I don't understand the reward too. Just sit there with a camera and you do it one day and then you post it and you're like, but it's like you don't even get that many likes. Especially if you're old, like 15 and doing it, like you're gonna get like all the likes, especially if you're a girl. But like if you're like an old guy, like doing a note per note subscription, it's like, dude, it's like big tits on a fat chick. Like nobody gives a fuck. It's crazy.
Chick with all those stuff strings and the comments under the video.
What do you think of Jimmy Herring? I love him. It's great. Why did you stop posting rants? Too much blowback? No, I just I don't post stuff when I don't have ideas, and I was like very inspired, but then I sort of talked about everything that was on my mind for a while. But it'll come back. I just do what I feel like. Honestly, I've just been so busy working. That's the real truth. Just didn't have time. What tape would you guys recommend to start listening to practice transcribing solos? Don't transcribe solos. It's a waste of time. Do you think Matteo Mancuso's finger-picking technique is a great thing for other fusion players to use in the future as a separate topic from liking his music or not? I don't know. It's like, it has, I mean, it has a sound, you know.
You obviously showed that it's viable.
Yeah, it's viable. I mean, I think some people will go that direction.
It's funny, we met a guy in Chicago that was his idea, if you remember.
Yeah.
But he could never.
Yeah, he couldn't figure it out how to get the sound together. I mean, the thing about him is like he does it in a way that produces a really specific sound. So people are gonna have to figure out how to get that punchy, articulate sound, which I don't think is gonna be, it's gonna be a while till people really figure out the mechanics of it. I don't know. Like for me, there was like zero. Personally, like it's not a sound I was like interested in that like really staccato-y kind of like attack. I mean, the first time I heard it, I was like, what the fuck is that? You know, that's why we went to the show, honestly. Yeah. Anyways, guy dedicated his whole life to studying out. Yep. Good player. Yeah, bro, I just want to thank you. The quality of your guitar teaching on YouTube is insane. You're very welcome. I'm glad you're learning stuff. Honestly, I will have a chance to see you live someday. Thanks for the videos. Hey, one day. Are you good with money? Pretty good with money. Not bad with money. I have a high credit score. What's your credit score? Let's see. What do you think of Sean Lane? I like Sean Lane. We talked about it here. Hello. Yeah. Sean Lane, yeah, obviously a beast. Come on. The tutorial videos that I've been watching lately are Marbin Music, Tom Quayle, and Darrow's. Nice. You like Job for a Cowboy? Greg Howe, Richie Kotzen. Hey, listen to Tilt, you can have both. But Greg Howe. I think Richie's gonna be on Monsters of Rock.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too.
I think I saw his name there, so we're gonna go hang out with Richie.
Well, now but we can't hang out with.
Yeah. Would you teach at Berkeley? Of course. I'm still waiting for an official invite. If they offer you 6 figures, well,
Depends.
they're gonna have.
Depends on the first figure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I don't need them for 6 figures, but depending, yeah, exactly. If they change that first figure quite a bit,
6.
yeah, to 6, exactly. Then yes. Let's see. All right, see ya. I hadn't played guitar in a long time, but one of your videos got me excited to learn again. I bought a PRS and now feel overwhelmed. Any advice on setting goals? I really want to understand music. Well, yeah, I mean, you have to have a kind of music that you wish to play. It has to connect to sounds you want to make, and you have to just be honest with yourself, and like, not choosing is choosing. So not choosing is not a choice. So you have to have heroes. You can't have too many heroes, and the heroes you have can't be too different from each other, because guitar is a very vast instrument. So let's say if you want to play like Paco de Lucia, Tommy Emmanuel, and Alan Holdsworth, that's a really bad set of heroes. But if you want to play like Django Reinhardt, Jimmy Rosenberg, and Charlie Christian, they're different, but they're not that different. So that's more focused. It's a more focused attempt. If you want to play like Scott Henderson, Schofield, and Robin Ford, that's good, right? It's like that you can start exploring different kinds of forms that they use, understanding things about the rhythm, tone. But you need it. The whole process doesn't work without heroes. If you don't have heroes, you just don't know what to do with your time. And if you just pick the thing that you think is going to be like the most, like, it's like, hey, ChatGPT, like, what should I like? You know, what should I like to be good? What should I like so my parents are proud of me? What's the best thing to like? That doesn't work. You have to look at the stuff that you keep returning to as a listener. And that's your something inside you trying to tell the rest of you what you should be doing with your time. The stuff that's actually meaningful and interesting to you. That's how you choose. Do you have relatives in shelters? Yes, I do. Lots of them. What's your favorite?
They get bitten by the sausage.
Yeah. What's your favorite underrated jazz tune?
Homeless.
Huh?
Homeless.
I don't know. What's Dave Tronzo's most brutal comment of your playing? Oh, dude, he would give me such bad comments about it. Like, he would just chew me up every time I saw him. It's just like, and I took him for like 3 years, so I would just be brutalized. Like, every time I showed him anything, he would just tell me it's terrible and I'm never gonna like make money and I should quit. And it was great. It was great. For me, it was exactly what I needed. Really, truly great. Like, and he would have dissuaded me from anything, but I happened to be in a really like headed in a really terrible direction, like artistically, and he dissuaded me from that, which was great. So yeah. Yeah, people are losing their shit. I remember Clifford, it's a good song. Do you like any of Robert Fripp's guitar playing or composition? I like In the Court of the Crimson King. That album's great. Red is alright too, and I like Lizard. Thank you. I'm a big fan of Miles Davis's later period. I love Robin Ford, Michael Landau. Yeah, see, now you're talking. So yeah, dig into those Landau and Ford things, right? Like how do you phrase on a blues? What are they doing? Like Landau uses a lot of really wacky rhythms. All these tens everywhere, groups of 10, groups of 15. He plays shuffles. He puts like 12 notes in a beat. He puts a lot of stuff with 9 notes in a beat. And again, understand Landau on a rhythmic perspective. Try to make those rhythms happen on the same groove. Try to see some of the color things he's doing. Robin Ford, when he goes to the 1 chord after the 4 chord, like in a blues, like he uses diminished scale. He uses diminished scale on the 2/5 at the end. There's like interesting things to explore there. So orient yourself with that. You mentioned that transcribing solos is just a waste of time. Do you mean to dedicate wasted time improvising instead? No, you have to, if you don't know what to do, you have to transcribe to know what to do, but you can learn that from like very small moments in the transcription. And then most of the time is figuring out how to take that through the material, whether that's arpeggios or like you learn an enclosure and it has a thing to it. How do you do it on every chord? How do you do it on every scale tone? How do you do it in every part of the mode? How do you do it once in 4 measures in that same place that it landed in that lick you learned? So again, like transcribing whole solos is a waste of time. Take the stuff you like, see where it sits in the tune, understand the harmony, apply it to different places. It's just like study the details. Let's see. There's early Miles Davis, Marcus Miller period. How do you put up with his narcissistic bullshit? Huh? Who? That.
What?
No, I don't know. Who's the best jazz guitar player of your class at Berkeley? Well, when we were there, Brian Baker was the golden child, but people were Julian Lage. People weren't really talking about him, but he was like in Gary Burton's band. But he certainly wasn't like considered the be-all end-all. Brian Baker was like #1 golden child of my class. Where go? We're going to Dunedin? I don't know how to say it. Florida. Where is he now? Brian? I don't know. California or Arizona?
Italy?
Yeah, I think he's just... Never heard of him. Well, he shreds atonally very fast with lots of groups of 5 and 7. It's Brian with a Y. If you want to Google him, you'll find him. playing like steps ahead. Before Mike Ranieri died, he was their guitar player for a minute. Then he played a little bit with Bill Evans, the saxophone player. Atonal Peter Gunn. No, it's atone, different kind of atonal shredding, but that's funny. That's Kim. That's right. So I see you know Tronzo personally. Did you take with him too?
Did you talk about Tronzo's narcissism?
I guess so. I never interpreted it as no. I actually thought he was trying to help me. I was wrong, but but he did help me, so I wasn't wrong. You know, he was the right teacher for a guy like me at that age. He would destroy me. You know, I really do believe that if you can be destroyed, you should be destroyed. You know, if you're considering a career in this, you should really have the resilience that is like more than one stranger can crush. My self-esteem is already low. Yeah, it's not. It's the high self-esteem people that he would go after. He'd be safe. You know, it's just when he would detect that you start feeling good about something you're doing, he'd just swat it, you know, squash you down. I don't think that kind of teaching helps. Depending on, I'm not that kind of teacher at all. I wouldn't I needed that kind of teacher personally because I always thrived on negative attention. So for me, it was really good. But that's just a psychological quirk, and some people have it, you know. But yeah, I don't teach like that because I wouldn't want to treat people that way. It's a bummer to do that to people. For him, it wasn't because he was a sadist.
And also, let's be honest, once somebody pays so much money to be in Berkeley,
yeah,
kind of it's much easier to just give him this shit.
Sure.
And have him come back than private lessons.
What's your thought on the Danny Sapko and Mohini Day controversy? Honestly, bullshit. I thought he had nothing on.
I liked him.
Yeah, I like Danny Sapko, but that was a bullshit take. I mean, she's hustling and collecting money. It's
because she said she made money. We don't know how much money she has.
Yeah, but it's also who cares? She could. It's a free country. She can do it. So she can promote AI.
Who gives a shit? Yeah.
I don't like that he's trying to
No, but I'm saying specifically, he took a video of her saying, "I make money doing recordings," and then he's like, "Well, you said you make money. Why are you taking money from AI?"
Also, why are you talking about her money? Have her.
It's how much money is okay.
Her money is her business.
If she makes $70,000 a year from recording, can she take it? Or
it's like this Marxist nonsense.
Crazy.
Just she's making too much money. It's good for her. Also, when we met her, she was super nice. She was just super nice to us. Way more than I expected.
Yes, not like she knew who we were.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we were on the boat together.
Yeah, we were close to the edge together, but she was just super nice. I don't know. It felt.
I understand what we wanted for.
Yeah, but I love this takedown of the other dude. What's his name? Giacomo Torra. That was hilarious. That was great. And well deserved.
Yeah, because it's a douche.
Yeah.
But yeah, with her, I didn't get it.
Mohini Day has a guitar playing sister. I believe it. These Indians make a lot of babies. I mean the Marcus Miller period, especially the concepts with Kenny Garrett on sax. Yeah, that's cool. Miles Davis. Not gonna lie. Brian Baker did a very unique atonal repetitive riffs, but he also had a good Hendrix vocabulary as well as can play classical guitar well. Yeah, no, he was the guy when I was there. Everybody was very excited. Everybody was just thinking that he's gonna be the next Rosenwinkel or something. Didn't happen though. Mohini is beyond reproach. I mean, again, there's a lot of things she did that I wouldn't do, but I mean, I don't know. Do you guys meet like Indians in the States? Like it's so in character. It's like they're like not was as anything a surprise. Like it's like they're here to make some fucking money.
She says it too.
She says it like she's hustling just
She
very
says
very.
this is the number one priority.
Yeah.
It's like okay.
Yeah,
fine.
it's like that's
You're
what
allowed.
she's doing. She's here to make money by any means, and it's like that's, you know, through playing bass and like showing titties, like side boob. That's her game. It's like that's fine. She's determined. Like I just thought like the whole thing.
But she actually does not pretend to be someone that she's not. We're talking about like Beato, like you know.
Right.
It's like she.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna use being a woman. I'm gonna use being an Indian. I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna shred on the
I'm
bass.
gonna shred
and
on
she
the
does all
bass.
things.
I'm gonna Me Too people. I'm gonna trample like through the lives of everybody who gets in my way. That's her vibe. She's like, she's on a warpath,
And she says it.
and she says it. It's like, so it's
I have
fine.
no problem with it.
Yeah.
I really thought it was silly.
Yeah. Again, she can be flashy with her playing. She can be flashy with her tits too. It's like that's what she's doing. That's what she's trying to do. Learned a lot today. One last question: is Greg Howe, Brett Garson, and Alan Oates a good set of heroes?
Yeah.
Well, yes, and also don't ask other people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, use your common fucking sense. Like, yeah, it's like if they get a similar guitar tone, like, you know, I'd say Alan is much more of a jazz player than the other two, but like, you know, if you wanna, I mean, it sounds to me if you mix those three and don't really study jazz, it's gonna end up very Guthrie-like.
You need to play something, right?
Yeah.
You need to decide what you want to play and go play it. Learn a song if it's a jazz song, then you have to a specific thing you have to do. If it's a rock song, less things.
Yep. Favorite guitar player, Lil Wayne, hands down. Nice. Hey, Mr. Tim. Tim is over. I like NBA Youngboy. Are these new rappers? NBA Youngboy, that's a guy? Wow. Do you know him? Okay.
But I have a name.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it is. Did I miss anything? I like Oteil Burnbridge. Yeah, he's good. He's a good player.
I like the name of Bill.
Oteil is a good name.
I changed my name to Bill. Start over.
And Blueface, he does polyrhythmic stuff in his raps. Danny does too.
Yes, I do. The rhythmic stuff in my raps because I'm cool. I'm not a fool.
Nice.
And I drink tea when it's hot, not when it's cool.
That wasn't polyrhythmic.
It was the song is actually insane.
Do you like Kesa? What's Queca?
Queso? No, queso. Q-U.
ECA.
I think you meant the white queso.
What's that?
Cheese.
Oh, cheese? I like cheese. It's one of the few things we can eat down here. Mohini Day versus Tal Wakefield. Oh, come on, Mohini. If I had to consider my heroes in music, the list is quite long, large, and wide. Yeah. Well, again, it's not like, don't think about your heroes as the things you like listening to. Think about them as the things that feel close to your calling. That's a better way to put it. Like, who is where you want to be? So you have to, like, if you're past the age of like 15 and you still see yourself like a lump of endless potential, you need to get over that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be 50 and thinking you can still be Stevie Ray Vaughan or Paco de Lucia. Like, you have to accept that some doors are closing faster than new ones are shutting down. Oh, opening up. Bumblefoot can play the blues. That is correct. No, it's a style from Chile. A style of cheese?
What the fuck is bumblefoot? Well, what is this?
What?
Is this his native name?
Bumblefoot?
Bumblefoot?
Yes.
It sounds like somebody gave it. That makes
Why
no
are you
sense.
so against odd meters? I'm not. We have songs in 5.
I just rapped in 7. It
Uh,
sounded like it was in 4 because it was a polyrhythm.
I'm not going to be any of them. No, but if you choose something to move towards, you can be you know? Music style, music. This guy's trying to sell me Chilean cheese. He says that queso is a style of music.
It's female cheese. Queso is male cheese. Queso is female
Oh, it's
cheese.
female cheese. I see. Okay. I'm sure you hate Tim Henson, but did you like anything about the comparison of that song Goat? Oh, the composition of that song Goat. Again, to me, it just sounds like weird computer game music. I like that's the style of music that's like, it's not even like or don't like. Like I just don't understand what people
It's
like
like
what
a
I'm
South Park thing. It sounds like somebody taking it.
like shit noises in my ear. Like I just don't understand what I'm supposed to be getting.
Yeah, it's just all.
Like the,
it's just
especially like
next
the
generation.
new style where it's like supposed to be like Nintendo sounds. Not even like fusion computer game music, but actually like it's supposed to sound like your remote. Like waka waka. I just like don't. I just why is this happening right now? That's all I can think. Like
It's like some old generation musician listen to our music and we're like, what are those melodies? What's going on? What are those sounds? And it's kind of the same. It's this is not for us.
Yeah.
It's for young people.
Lydian dominant or altered scale. Depends what the root is. Would you rather listen to Gilad Hexelman or Tim Henson? Tim Henson. Yeah. Let's see. Tim Henson or Tim Miller? Tim Miller.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh, Danny. You're cracking me up again. Sorry. Why what? What, are we here?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to sleep now. Thank you guys. You guys got us here. Do you hate modern jazz?
Yes.
I hate a lot of what they play now. I like Julian Lage. I think he's great at it. I like some of Kreisberg stuff.
Is it this one? This is not the brewery, right? Yeah, that's the brewery. So this is it,
Guys, have a great night.
right? This is it.